So today what I want to share with you is how to mail merge, how to use a standard letter, which you can then send out to selected or all customers from your database or any other contacts from your database. The reason that we would do this would be to save time and effort. And actually, if you already have the information in your database and then you have a template letter, it actually prevents or minimizes the chance of operator error. So it minimizes the chances of the administrator making a mistake in putting incorrect information, if typing up individual letters and things like that. So first of all, let me share my screen with you. Okay. Let's share screen here. And what I'm going to do is go to a letter which I have already written. Okay, so I have my standard letter here from the Bank of Inverness. This letter is going to get sent out to several customers today. Their account is now overdrawn. They've spent too much money at the weekend. Their account is overdrawn. So I will have individual customer names and addresses in here, individual names in here, dear Miss Smith, dear Mr. Jones, etc. Their account numbers will be individual. The amount that they are overdrawn by will be individual. The credit zone will be individual, and their local branch manager will be individual. However, the standard letter is worded in a way which is suitable for the company to get the message across. Okay, so that's the letter. If I go to the database, and we're merging from an Access database, you should already know how to produce an Access database, but if you can't remember or you need a refresher, go back and watch some of the demonstration videos for that as well. We can see in here we have our customer info table, and we've got Mr. K Mason, Mr. K Mason, Waterford Cottage, Shore Rod, Brookvale. His overdrawn amount is £56.84, credit zone £100, standard charge £50, and if we scroll along we can see branch manager is Susan Ford. Okay, so we have the individual information in here, but rather than take that information and retype it into our letter here, what I want to do is tell Word to take the information from the database and then merge it with this letter so that we have letters. Okay, so firstly, I want to come down here where my address would be. Remember, we have blank line spaces in between everything here. If I put my codes on, you can see 1 enter, 2 enter, 1 enter, 2 enter. I'm going to do my address in here. Okay, so take the codes off. Here we go. So what I want to do is go to mailings, the mailings tab up here, mailings, and I want to start a mail merge. So I just go here. This is a letter. It's not an envelope or a label or an email message, although you can use these. You could choose letter, but what I'm going to do is choose step-by-step mail merge wizard. And because it's a step-by-step wizard, it prevents you making mistakes, if you like. Okay, so I'm just going to use the step-by-step wizard. As soon as I click on that step-by-step wizard down here, then I get mail merge instructions appearing over here. And this helps me each step of the way. So what type of document are you working on? Yes, this is a letter. So make sure the letters box is ticked or pressed. And next, starting document. Okay, so how do you want to set your letters? Do you want to use the current document? Yes, I have this current document already written. You would write your current letter as well to start with. Then you would go in and start mail merging. So write the letter, write the document, write the leaflet, write the invitation, whatever you're going to mail merge, do that first, and then you just use the current document. Next, select recipients. Okay, so select recipients. So I have to tell it that I'm using an existing list. My database down here already exists. Okay, this database already exists. It's there. So what I have to do is tell it that I'm using an existing list. So I would browse here, browse my files, and it will be under here, I think. Mail merge practice in IT. There we go. So I'm selecting that one. I know which database I'm using. If I wanted to merge it with the golf database, I could use that one. If I wanted to merge it with any other database, I could go and find another database. So I make sure that I'm clicked on the one I want to merge with, in this case, mail merge practice. Press open. Okay, and here we go. We can see this is the list of recipients that will be used in your merge. In normal databases, you may have hundreds, okay? You might have hundreds. And what you would do is, as you become further advanced in databases, you would do a filter for those who are overdrawn today, that type of thing, create a new table for those, and then you would just use that as your data source. But at the moment, we're doing very basic, okay? So yes, I have 2 customers. They are all ticked, okay? They are ticked here. Here we go. Okay, so this is my data source. I'm just going to press OK. Here we go. And next, write your letter. Well, my letter's already written, but here we go. We'll press that. Yes. Okay, that's it. My letter is written now. So over here, if you have not already done so, write your letter. We have it written. To add recipient information to your letter, click location and document, and then click one of the items below. So it's very, very, very important that your cursor is sitting exactly where you want to include information. So in this case, what I'm going to do is put in the name and address of each customer. So no, it's not the address block, it's not the greeting line, it's not electronic postage, more items. And this gives me a list of my database fields. These are all the fields in my database. When we had the database open, we saw Mr. K, with the account number, overdrawn amount, etc. Okay, so in this case, I do not want to take these fields in the order that they're in. I want to tell the merge instructions what information goes where. So first of all, it will be salutation. So salutation is your Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, Professor, however you are normally known. Okay, so salutation, insert and close. And we can see this comes up here. Now, between the Mr. or Mrs. and the first initial, we would have a space. So using your space bar, space. Then we go to more items over here. Initial, insert, close, and another space. And then more items, surname, insert, close. Okay, then we do our enter. Here we would have Mr. K. Smith, okay, Mrs. J. Brown, something like that, okay. And I have the spaces in between. So I lay these out, set these out exactly as they would be if I was typing the information. I'm now on the second line. So what do I want here? I want address 1, okay, address 1, insert and close. Now, thinking back to our database, what we had was the address 1, and one of the customers, I think, was Waterford Cottage, and then it was 123 High Street, something like that. Okay, so if I did address 1 and then address 2 down here, what would happen is if a customer didn't have an address 1, I would have a blank line when the document is merged. Okay, so I need to think about these things. So what I'm going to do is, I know the contents of my database, so I'm going to do a comma after that and a space, and then I'm going to do more items, address 2. So this would be address 1 if it's the name of the house, okay, and address 2 would be the street. After that, close and enter onto another line, and then we will put in more items, the town, okay, insert, close. It's important that you close after each of these. Then enter, more items, okay, and this time it's postcode, because postcode forms part of our address as well. So insert, close. There we go. And then we have our 2 enters, 1, 2 enters, and then we come down to dear. The asterisk is just denoting where I should be putting personal information in. Okay, so here we come. In fact, I think I've got too many enters here. If I go back, here we go. That's it. Just remember, enter, 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 enter. So 2 enters at the end of every line when you're writing a standard letter is the easiest way to do it. Okay, so dear. So what do I want to do this time? Is it dear Mr. K. Smith or dear Mr. Smith? It's just dear Mr. Smith. So this time we can use the same items again. Salutation, Mr., Miss, insert, close, space, and then surname. Okay, so surname, insert, close. Okay. Account number, we will take out the asterisk because it's just denoting where I have to include personal information or individual information. And what we'll do is account number goes in here, insert, close. Okay. As of today, the above account is overdrawn by, and let's put this in here, more items, overdrawn amount, okay, insert, close. May we remind you that your credit zone is, take the asterisk out, more items, credit zone, insert, close. And a standard charge, so again, take the asterisk out, standard charge, there we go, insert, close. And then the branch manager, more items, branch manager, insert, close. Okay, and that's all the information we need. We can see that this is Mailmerge Fields because of the little symbols on either side, the little arrows, if you like, either side, denoting that these are fields. Okay, next, preview your letters. So what I can do is click on that, and you can see here that my letters have been merged. Okay, this is the first letter, Mr. K. Mason, Waterford Cottage, Shore Road. If I go to the second letter, you can see that there was only one address there, but I don't want a comma if there's no comma elsewhere. Okay, equally in the amounts, I would quite like a pound sign, and I would quite like a pound sign here and a pound sign here as well. So what I can go back is previous, write my letter again, and I can make changes to this. So let's take out that comma there. Okay, so you can go back and amend your letters as well. This is what previewing your letters allows you to do. It allows you to see the layout. Okay, so this was letter 2, Mr. S. McPherson, fine. Okay, letter 1, if I go back here, previous record, there we go, Waterford Cottage, okay, Shore Road. And that's absolutely fine to have it like that. Okay, but again, we still need our pound signs in here. So I'm going to go back, previous, write your letter. Okay, so by, what I'm going to do, by, I'm going to put a pound sign in here. Okay, a pound sign in there. And the same with the credit zone is pound sign in there, and the standard charge as well. Okay, standard charge as well, pound sign in there. Okay, so now I can go and preview my letters and see how they look this time. And here we go, much better. Okay, Waterford Cottage, Shore Road, account numbers down there. By £56.84, we have the pound sign in. Your credit zone is £100, and a standard charge of £50 will be applied to your account. So that's letter 1. What's letter 2? Yep, pound sign 64.53, £50 credit zone, and a standard charge of 75. That's great. So what I can do now, I like the look of my letters. I'm happy with it. So next I would complete the merge. Okay, so I would just complete the merge. There we go. Okay, complete the merge. I can edit individual letters, or I can choose to print. If I choose to print, what I can do is I can either print all, and be very careful if you're doing this. It may be that you have 500 customers in your database, and you need to make sure that you really want to print all 500 letters. Or you can do just the current record, which would be just this letter, or you can say from record 1 to 2 or 1 to 25. You can do it in different batches like that, depending how your printer copes, how much paper it takes, letterhead, that type of thing. Okay, so that's how we would go ahead and print. Right, I don't actually want to print at the moment, so I'm going to cancel that. Okay, but what I will do is, because these are the merged letters, I do need to save them as a different name. So Bank of Inverness, Mailmerge demo letter, there we go, merged version. Okay, just so that I know that's the merged version. And at any time I can now come in here and I can tell these letters to print, or I can edit individual letters. I can go back, change them. I can do anything like that. Okay, so that's Mailmerge, and that's my letters there. So let's stop sharing, and I will come back. And that's how to merge a Word document with an existing database. Okay, the main thing to do is have your Word document written in advance and then use the Mailmerge wizard, and that really helps you. Okay, thank you.